Who are some of the best January transfers in Premier League history that you can remember?
The most recent best one, it's got to be Virgil van Dijk at Liverpool, man. What he's gone on to do, arguably the best centre-half in Premier League history. Just the success that they've had since then. Captain of the club now. Goes without saying, bruv.
As a Man United fan, I can't ignore Bruno Fernandes. What he did when he first came to the club in January, the club was in total turmoil. We had just lost to Burnley. We were languishing in mid-table. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer makes the call, brings Bruno to the club, and Bruno massively helped get our season back on track, getting us into the top four, helping us finish second the season after. At one point, it looked like every single thing Bruno touched turned to goals and assists. He was the numbers king in the Premier League for a few seasons, especially with the penalties. Has tailed off a little bit recently, but come on, Bruno Fernandes for a January transfer window. He's arguably the best signing United have made post Sir Alex. But on the topic of United, do you remember the window where we signed Vidic and Evra? I mean, that's half of a great United defense right there, because then you of course had Rio, you had Van der Sar, you had whether it was Neville or Wes Brown playing at right back, but two of those guys got signed in one window, and it was a little slow of a start for both of them getting used to the English Premier League, but once they got going, Evra became our left back for the next 10 years, very reliable, very steady, and Vidic is one of the best center halves United have ever had. Wore the armband, won Premier League Player of the Year a few times. Amazing bit of business from United in one window.
You stayed in United, I'm staying in Liverpool. I'm going to go with Luis Suarez, man. For me, one of the best players to ever play in the Premier League. I always say it. Unbelievable player. And what he did in Liverpool in terms of exciting this country, goodness me, some of the goals that he was scoring, volleys, free kicks, whatever. Luis Suarez was absolutely box office.
There was also that January where Chelsea bought Nemanja Matic, or rather I should say they brought him back from Benfica. He was originally a Chelsea player, did his thing out in Portugal, but when Mourinho came back to the club, he noticed that he was really missing that linchpin in midfield, that grown man that could compete with the likes of the Yaya Tourés in the Premier League. And lo and behold, Matic came in January, and his first game was away at the Etihad to Man City and Yaya Touré, who put together that season. And Yaya Touré will tell you himself, Matic locked him up that game. It's one of the most dominant midfield performances I've seen in Premier League history. Locked up the most dominant midfielder that we had seen that year, and he just became such a crucial part to everything Chelsea would do for the next few seasons, winning 2 league titles, winning FA Cups. Matic was a player at Chelsea, man.
Away from Manchester United ones, this is my personal favorite, Gary Cahill. Give this man his damn respect. Gary Cahill from Bolton Wanderers, who were struggling, to Chelsea in January to go on and win the FA Cup and Champions League. Such an important figure in that team. He looked like a young John Terry at that time, throwing his head on anything, blocking every shot. Gary Cahill was ever present. What an impact. And then he went on to become Chelsea captain. He went on to win more Premier Leagues. That guy is an absolute legend. Very underrated, very disrespected. Give Gary Cahill his damn respect.